I love R&B. My wife is walking up. Oh, you're gonna have to come down there. Go start.
Popcorn peanuts, we're working the stamps, pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the bee that took her to lips, play ball. Play ball. Blow up the faces and smack it right over the wall. Play ball.
We're live from Paradise Studios and Strong Island Television in Massapequa, New York. I am in Belmore. Rich Walker is in
Deer Park.
Deer Park. I always forget with his potato man. Was that a potato head?
Yeah, chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget. I'm giving a little plug tonight of Rich and my friend from KB Bicycles. We got Keith and Donna over there. Always willing to give Laughter Saves Lives a bicycle to raffle on probably 3 or 4 times. Thank you, guys. So we gave them a quick plug tonight.
They're my friends, too. They're great supporters.
I said that up front. I said Rich and my friend. They're good people.
Yes.
So always lovely to have Rich Walker back on the show. One of my favorite co-hosts.
Always good to be here with you.
And I've been very, very stressed with what's going on in the world. And I really, it got me like, bam, I was down, bam. I mean, and you know what? I'm just sitting in front of the computer, just like I did after 9/11. I wrote a nice letter, and sent it to people. So I just wrote, I'm a little down, a little depressed. Let me tell you something about people and Facebook and friends. I understand the bad part of Facebook because I really, from my stress level, should stay away from Facebook right now. And I've tried to do that. But yes. I didn't put that post, Rich, and I mean this. You know that Johnny L likes to be hugged and likes to people to say, hey, Johnny, I like you. You're a nice guy. Hey, John. I got to be honest. I like that. Okay? It's not a bad thing. And I'm being honest. It's nice when people say, hey, you're a nice guy. I like you, right? And there are other people that don't like me, I'm sure. There's people out there.
Oh, yeah. I've heard a lot.
Yeah. All right. Just but I'm very fragile, Rich. Very fragile.
Yes, you are.
Let me see if I can put them on time. But what a wonderful, and I really didn't put the post up there for that reason, other than I was thinking out loud. I actually mean this. And what a wonderful, it's nice. People that I haven't heard from in a while. Hey, Johnny, hang in there, hugs. You need somebody to talk to, some funny things, And so thank you, everybody out there. It was really, really cool. Really cool.
That's nice.
Rich Walker put a nice post. Sack up, you wuss, which was nice. Which was nice. Sometimes you
keeping it real.
Sometimes you need that too.
Suck it up. Walk it off.
My eggplant I spoke about last week. Went over real well, Rich.
Delicious.
Eggplant palm. I don't want to go over it again, but eggplant palm is day 2. You don't cook eggplant for day 1. You cook it for day 2. When it all
it's better the second one.
But I cut some of it too thick, but it worked out good. Big debate on Facebook this week, Rich. Big debate, and so much of a debate that Sunday night at 7:00, Laughter Saves Lives is doing a special online Zoom live show.
Right.
Why do you go to the Olive Garden? There was such a debate. And Pat,
I saw everybody was getting real heated up over that.
And Pat Marone just constantly pounds me about this. He will be co-hosting. Why do you go to the Olive Garden? Some people are just, oh my God, I would never go there. So we'll talk more about it Sunday. We're going to have people zooming in, giving their opinions. Because here's what I want to do, Rich. And I know it's a big mountain to climb, Okay, I want to try to have some debates over the coming weeks on nonsense issues.
Complete nonsense.
Complete nonsense where people from both sides of the aisle, I'm not
to keep it silly.
Not only to keep it silly, but to let people see each other and talk to each other and listen to each other. And then maybe, Rich, maybe 6 months from now, we could start talking about some other issues because people know each other and they like each other now. Maybe they're more apt to listen. I don't know, Rich. I know it's crazy.
Maybe a big meeting or a big party at the Olive Garden to bring everybody together.
Well, then you're going to have a problem because some people will not step foot.
Yeah, but we are family at Olive Garden.
Yeah, they treat you like family.
Oh, they treat you like family.
We are family is the song. We are family. Take it away, Rich. Take it away.
That was the
my sisters and
Pointer Sisters. The Pointer Sisters.
It wasn't the It was Bobby's gonna know.
Sister Sledge.
Was it Sister?
It's Sister Sledge.
She's right.
I knew because Bobby knows music. Bobby knows a lot about music. Nothing about sports. Bobby knows, but a lot about music.
You want to hear a funny story, real quick, about Sister Sledge?
Yes.
When I was in 9th grade, I made a big trip to the city with a friend of mine in school, the only kid I could find, to go see the Village People at Madison Square Garden.
I would have went.
But it was, I like all kinds of music, all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
And the opening act was Sister Sledge.
Was it?
And when they came out, one of the girls in it, I don't know what their names are, but she took a header down the flight of stairs in front of everybody at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, shoot.
It was really funny. But she got up and she did the show, but she could barely walk.
Is that a sucky way to open up a concert, right?
Now, let me ask you a question. Would they normally, if she was injured, they call the fire department or the paramedics?
Well, is it the Village People or Sister Sledge that were injured?
Sister Sledge. It would be the fire department.
Sister Sledge would be probably the fire department, and the Village People would probably be the firehouse in Greenwich Village, where I used to work.
But the cop was already there to take a report, right?
Yes.
Not much. Not much the cowboy is going to do.
Could you imagine? Have you ever fallen on stage or embarrassed yourself in such a way on stage that you could not recover?
Do you know Chris Williamson?
Of course.
He wore a mask going up on stage, but he tripped and he went right through the wall.
You know who did that at one of my gigs? Who's that? The skinny comic with the funny voice. He's a newer kid, maybe in the last 4 years. Oh my God, I know.
Kevin Brogan.
Yeah. He was sitting on the stage on the back of the stage with my backdrop in that golf club we used to do, the gala. Yeah. And the back leg of the chair went off the stage and he fell back into the backdrop. That's hard to recover. That's hard to recover.
Was the place going crazy, or they all go to look to help him?
They were laughing. They thought it was part of the act, I guess. He fell back through the door out into the golf club. But what we did was we pulled the backdrop up and we said that was the end of his act, like that was his clothes.
Yeah.
And we brought the next comic up, which was Chris Williamson after him.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
No.
I don't know. Like, nothing really bad happened. Thank God. I can't think of what happened to me. I mean, I was in a show where the comics lifted up Mike Dillon in his wheelchair up on stage. But that was not embarrassing, I guess.
Did they drop him?
No.
That would have been embarrassing. That would have been embarrassing. They actually, at my uncle's funeral, his brother in a wheelchair slid down a hill of snow as they were bringing out the casket. He didn't realize there was a hill there. There's a wheelchair. And everybody turned around and goes, "Oh, there goes Fred. Oh, my God." And he boom, out of the chair. Oh, my God. Wow. It was great.
It's sad but funny. There's nothing like a good pratfall, right?
It's plain funny. Oh, my God. It's plain funny. What was I going to say? And there was a girl. I'm not going to say her name. I told the story. I don't think I told it on the air, though.
No.
I love this story. So she was in Peter's class, probably your class. This is years ago. We're going, Rich, 15 years ago. All right. So I give her a 5-minute set. I always, and I call you sometimes. Hey, Richie, you got a new comic?
Of course, yeah. Go ahead.
I like to do that. Nobody did that for me. Richie, you did a lot for me by giving me stage time. But in general, you did.
No, I did.
You did because you're a lot older than me. So
yes.
So this girl, Peter, was her mentor, right? Peter is everything. What are you doing?
No, I'm teasing. Who is that? Michelle?
I'm not going to say her name, but it was Michelle. No, it wasn't. I'm not going to say her name. I don't even know her name, to be honest. She doesn't do comedy anymore or whatever.
Okay.
So she walks on the stage and she's wearing high heels, and the stage, there was a gap. There was like two stages together. So she goes up there, she does her first joke, and she gets a little laugh. And I go, oh, great, this girl's off and running, right? Downhill from there. She's bombing. Now her shoe gets caught in the stage, and she can't pull it out. And now she's rushing, and she sucked, Richie. Horrible. I felt terrible for her, miserable, right? And as she's trying to close, they bring out the dessert. In the back table, they're bringing out the dessert. And Peter and I standing in front of the dessert table. And she ends her set. I guess somebody else was emceeing. And now she's walking this long walk towards Peter and myself. And I'm going, oh, my God, she was terrible. What is Peter going to say to this girl? I mean, Peter is her mentor. She's going to be. So she walks up and she looks at him. And Peter looks at her and he goes, have some dessert. That was it. There was nothing else he could have said. He did a nice job.
That's funny.
I'm like, oh my
Which,
God.
whoever it is, in her defense, we all have been there. Just not with high heels.
I'm going to say something. No, this is bad. I have sucked. I have bombed. I have had nights, but it was when the shoe got caught, and it was like she's continuing to do. I had a vertigo attack on stage one night.
Really?
Oh, and I felt it coming. You feel those coming. And thank God Chris Roach was in the audience, right?
Yeah.
And I looked into the audience and I said, Chris, come up here. You're going to have to finish. Do a set. And I tried to get off the stage, and then I walked to the middle of the room. It was at McGuire's, and I collapsed on the floor.
Yeah.
Move. The room is spinning. I'm nauseous. And Ryerson comes up to me and looks at me, and he goes, what are you on? And I wanted to hit him. What am I on? Have you ever seen me do any drugs, John, or anything?
Never.
What are you on?
Have you ever heard the Harry Friedman story? Dr. Harry Friedman with the heart attack in the audience?
Yes. Yes. That's Harry said Harry goes off as he's a doctor, but he's not.
He's not a doctor. He's an imposter.
Right.
The story I heard, he had to do like 40 minutes. And at 30, they're loving him. They're buying the whole doctor thing for 35 minutes. At 35 minutes, a guy stands up in the front row, clenches his chest, and goes down for the count. And everybody's looking at Harry to do something because they think he's a doctor. And he looks down, looks up at the audience, looks down, looks up at the audience, goes, I have to come clean. I'm not a doctor. This man's going to die.
Oh, my God. You know what, Richie? Let's go to commercial back.
Okay.
Break, not back. Commercial break, and we'll come back with Lonnie from General Needs.
Great.
Hi, I'm Michael Barish, managing partner of Barish, McGarry, Salzman & Penson. We are honored to represent over 11,000 people in the 9/11 community. The people who work at my law firm can really relate to what the 9/11 community is going through because they're going through it too.
So my dad's name was Billy Gormley, and he was a fireman on 9/11.
My father also was a firefighter, and he did report down there as well on 9/11.
My dad, Alan, worked on the 104th floor of the second tower. He was an IT technician.
My father was a fire inspector.
My husband, his name is David Velez. He was a detective with the NYPD. And if I can help anybody that is going through exactly what I have gone through for the last 17, 18 years and make their life just a little bit better, then you know what? I love coming to work every single day.
You know, this is a genuine office. Like, people are really sincere.
The best part of my job is the clients. Every once in a while, you'll hear in their voice how grateful they are for the work that we do.
We take this personally, and we will not rest unless we help everybody we can before this victim compensation fund ends in 2 years. And we will be fighting to get this thing extended past 2020, because cancer isn't going to stop afflicting the 9/11 community.
When someone is choking, brain damage can occur after just 4 minutes. Did you know every 5 days a child dies because of a choking accident?
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. LifeVac is an easy-to-use suction device with a special one-way valve to help save a choking victim.
I care for my dad, who's prone to choking. Having LifeVac in my home gives me peace of mind.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy.
Call 1-877-LifeVac or visit lifevac.net.
Hey, Melissa Ielpi said unlimited breadsticks. This is the discussion we're going to have on Sunday, Melissa. Please come into discussion on Olive Garden. Let's have some laughs. Let's, because I know why I go to the Olive Garden. But we're back from commercial. Ricky's finger is back. There's the rest of Richie's behind it. So we have Carla coming in a second. And there's Carla. The lovely Hello, Carla.
How are you? Hi, guys. Lonnie will be in 1 second. Hi, Carla.
Hi.
You know, you could have sent me a private message and said that we're running a. Do you ever see when you watch the Today Show? When you watch?
The producer always comes on. Doesn't he?
No, don't.
Oh, okay.
Look at Carla, beautiful smile. She's smiling today. Yesterday when she spoke to me, I think, what did you tell her about me?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Well, what I want to know is, where is Rich? Where's my co-host?
He's there. Here he is. There he is.
I am.
All right.
I'm leaving. Bye, Carla.
Hi,
Didn't he say that already?
I'm here. I am here. Hi, Carla.
What did I tell him before? I said, I'll see you at 9:15.
Yeah, I know, but
he's not here.
Listen, Carla's gonna come back because we're gonna put Lonnie on when he gets in, which is now. He's on. So right. Carla's gonna go have a drink.
Can I suggest something, Butch?
Of course you can. You're the boss.
I'm not the boss, but can I suggest? Can we leave the lovely caller on and
absolutely?
She won't interrupt Lonnie or anything.
You know what, Bobby? I think Lonnie is here. There's Lonnie. So now I am going to stop taking up all this room, and I'm going to leave.
Yeah, and I'd like to leave Carla on because Rich sometimes goes into daze and he fogs out, and maybe
sometimes,
most of
and I disappear sometimes.
Bye.
See you, Butch. Hello, Lonnie.
I was touching. I wanted to see the conversation that was going up, and I somehow I went to that and went out of the screen.
Very tech savvy you are. Lonnie, how are you, my friend?
I am wonderful. How are you? Watching my new TV.
Did you meet Carla?
No. Hey, Carla.
Hi. How are you?
Both of you guys are inspirations. We call them heroes here on Laughter Saves Lives. We always like to have on a hero every week. So now we have two. Lonnie Lonnie has his phone on his shoe as he's on the show. Lonnie likes to do that. He puts his phone on his shoe and he calls in. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. We've been busy.
I hear. Tell me what General Needs has been doing the last few weeks.
We've been busy. So from Veterans Day through the holiday season this year, we distributed over 6,000 items to vets in need throughout the area.
Freaking awesome.
Hardest part this year was getting trucks.
Getting trucks?
We normally rent a truck from, we rent a Sprinter van from Enterprise.
Right.
But Enterprise gave all their Sprinter vans away to Amazon because that's how they're making deliveries.
Oh.
Sue and I, my wife and I were so happy about a week ago. We drove by an Enterprise and we said, wow, there's a Sprinter van. Let's call them and rent it. We'll just get it. And
Can I ask you a question, Lonnie? You don't have to answer if you don't want. How much do they charge you?
Oh, really? It's about $250 to $300 for the whole week.
Oh, the whole week. So you use them for a week, and then because you don't do events every day, every week.
No, no. So the great part, we was able to use them when we needed them and rented them probably 15, 20 weeks a year.
All right. Here's the deal. Here is the deal. The next time you need to rent a van, just one van, because we're only a small organization. Don't try to suck two vans out of me. But we will pay Laughter Saves Lives for the van for the week, Lonnie. Richie, you're supposed to hit a bell or something when we make a donation.
That's a big bell. I know. Ding, 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 ding.
We just can't even get them anymore. That's the issue.
I rented a truck the other day to move my daughter out of the house. She didn't know she was moving out of the house, by the way. When she came home, all her stuff was in an apartment somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was time. It was time, honey. So
was she 45?
She is 25. She was living in my house with her boyfriend, and they're not now. So we rented the truck, and my grandson thought I rented the truck for him to play in because he's 4.
Okay.
Because my son told him that so now I have to rent a truck next week for him to play in because my son told him that it was for him and he was crying because we had to leave. But we'll do that, Lonnie. We will pay for the van.
That's nice.
But Lonnie, let's do that comedy show that we spoke about today online. Advertise the crap out of it, and we could raise some money also for you guys and for Laughter Saves Lives. Rich Walker will be on that show. Lonnie, I know you don't want Rich, but he's right here. He's sitting here.
I could hear you.
What am I going to do? And I'm going to Lonnie, and I'm going to tell you something. He's saving all his funny stuff for the comedy show.
I'm holding back.
He holds back here because
the funniest people are not really that funny. That's the problem, you know.
You want to hear something funny, Lonnie? When people used to come into the fire, oh my God! Don't put me big. My hair isn't. Look at it. Look what I look like. When people used to come into the firehouse pre 9/11, they used to say, "You're the comic," because there were so many funny guys in my firehouse, and so many of them were lost. And that's one of the reasons I started the foundation is to use laughter to remember them because they always made me laugh. These guys, Richie, you would have loved being a fireman.
I would. Except things scare me. So you guys have to have no fear. I have a lot of fear. You know.
Let me say something there. Wrong. Because I cried like a baby at some fires. I went in.
Tell us what happened outside.
No, I didn't cry like a baby. But what I'm saying is, if you have no fear, then you. How could you have no fear of something that can hurt you, right?
Right. You have to have fear. Otherwise, you get sure-footed.
Yes.
And you'll get killed.
And that's what makes people heroes is they have the fear. Military, police, like Carla's going to talk about. Lonnie with the veterans that he serves. So a lot of these guys had fear, but they kept moving forward. Just like on 9/11, when I saw my guys in the lobby, I saw the look on their face, right, on the videos, but they went up. Right? They went up. They were scared to death, but they went up, right? So you have to have some fear. Lonnie, what else is coming up, Lonnie?
Now, we've been busy. We have a fundraiser coming up sometime the end of the month. We have a cooking show. I think I sent out some information on it earlier.
You did.
John makes eggplant parmesan.
We're coming into our dead time of the year for us of people knowing who we are. We get a lot of donations, a lot of support. You know, think about it. From November and December, everybody's there for us.
Right.
But the vets in these shelters need probably more help than ever in January, February, and March in the middle of the winter.
Right.
And we got to really button down and make sure we get there.
Okay.
You've been to a place with me in Long Island City, and we went back a week ago.
I heard.
It was a mess.
I heard.
You know, you're putting 250 guys in one location. It was a problem.
Yeah.
And one of the people that work with me is a retired New York City police officer, and she was just blown away on how bad the conditions were. How bad.
Was that the same lady that was giving me all the orders that day when I came to help?
That's the one in the same. They all give me
I
orders
just
all
came
the
to help, Lonnie. I was a volunteer. Did you tell her? There's no reason to be yelling at the firemen like that, and you know.
Didn't work. She didn't care.
I know that. She had me working, man. I was jumping.
So we get a lot of stuff done, but really these guys are really hurting now, and I think the panic is starting again of being in the middle of the winter, being in, you know, hearing the numbers are going up, and the anxiety that these guys have is, you know, is incredible.
Sure.
But we've been doing a lot. We actually we're putting our numbers together. One of the projects the General Needs does that I'm really proud of is one of the programs that vets can take advantage of after they leave the shelter is getting something called a HUD-VASH voucher. This is when the government helps a vet get their own apartment after they've been in a shelter.
That's
so an
nice.
apartment that normally would be, say, a $1,500 place.
How much?
How much? An apartment normally would be, say, $1,500. Say,
right.
Might be $600 for that vet because the government's going to pay 2/3
nice.
of it. But when they get into these apartments, they get into them with nothing.
Nothing.
So we've been delivering the beds and the housewares and the goods.
That's nice.
Last year we did 56.
Great.
When we started the program, we did 5 the first year, and we just keep really exponentially growing.
Great work.
Do you get a lot of furniture donations and stuff like that?
No, we don't have the ability to handle it because we don't have all these big, strong firemen working with us to move things around. It's just me, and I'm an old guy.
I'm an old guy too. That's why she shouldn't have been yelling at me.
Yeah, and well, that's what she likes to do.
You see, John, that's what I'm afraid of, carrying stuff.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Not the fire.
Every time you're on, every time you're on the show, I carry you.
You know, when you see these trucks loaded up with
Thank
stuff
you.
that we fill in, there's a lot of carrying stuff. But hey, think about it. These men and women that carried through things, you know, things through Afghanistan and Vietnam carried a lot more than we're ever going to carry.
We're going to get Rich out. One day when I go out, I'm going to see if I can get Rich to go with me because Rich, you walk away very, very moved. To have these people who served our country look in your eyes and say thank you for handing him a pair of socks and his pair of sneakers just blew me away that day, Lonnie.
Yeah. And then the amount of stuff that we brought when you were with us in Long Island City, that was a truckload of boots. And that was a lot of boots.
Yeah.
And boots are heavy. That's the bad part about boots.
Yeah.
Booze?
The neat part about, I think, us and why I think this little organization that we started a few years ago is different. It's all a group of volunteers.
Yep.
You know, it's not one of these big organizations. And we do so much for a group of just, dumb schmucks like me trying to make a difference.
Well,
you're making
don't say that,
Ronnie.
You're making a big difference.
You're making a big difference. Any little difference is a big difference if you're moving forward and you're doing some good work. Tell us how to find you again.
It's the website is generalneeds.org. We're also on Facebook on General Needs Ltd. You can always reach the General Needs hotline at 631-266-1672. We got a call from a vet the other day, and I don't know how people find us. That was a vet in Afghanistan, and he's a Marine, and he has a tremendous amount of issues with PTSD now, and finally got approved for disability through the VA. Actually, he's a police officer. When he left the Marines, he became a police officer, he said, in Harlem. And he's actually out on 3 quarters and just went through the process of getting some additional benefit from the VA. And some organization said, "Oh, we'll help you," and they sent him a form he needed. And the form that he needed, really wasn't the right form. But now that he got approved, they sent him a bill for $15,000.
Nice.
So
nice.
I'm trying to connect him with an attorney to see if he can, make these people go away. There's a lot of people scamming people out there.
Absolutely. All right, Lonnie, we're gonna
wait, John.
Yeah.
I want to ask Lonnie a serious question for a minute, if I can.
All right.
I wanted to ask him. I wanted to ask him this whole time. What?
I just want to bring Carla on. I was
going to bring Carla on, but I just got to ask Lonnie before he goes. Is that a Hampton Bays fan or a Hunter? I'm only kidding. I'm kidding. Don't look. Don't look. I'm kidding.
It's a Hampton base.
Well,
Costco.
Lonnie, love you. Please stay on my ass. Tell me what when you need me, and I'll drag Rich along with me one day, and it'll be great.
I would like that.
Rich would be great to come. We have some things going on. I'll give you some postings on some.
Excellent.
Rich, where do you live, Rich? What town are you?
Deer Park. I'm in Suffolk.
Oh, perfect. You're 10 minutes from me. We're in East Northport.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so General Needs lives at the Westies on Jericho Turnpike, right by Lockfield Road.
I'll give you Rich's address so you don't. This way he can't get out of it. We'll stop by with the truck and pick up.
You got it. Thanks, guys. Nice.
All right, Lonnie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In the future. Thanks,
Mr. Lonnie from General Needs. Great organization, great guy. Are we going to go to commercial? Because I'd rather not. And bring Carla on. Butch, I can't. Let me go in the private chat here, Carla. Butch, no. Is that to me? Is that the commercial? No.
No commercial. No commercial.
No commercial. Oh, Carla. Pronounce your last name, Carla.
Caccavale.
Oh, easy for you to say. And that is Italian, right?
It is. It is.
I should know that. My last name is Larocchia, but I always roll Larocchia.
It's not really a Hebrew name, John.
I know, but I sometimes you don't know. I'm stupid. I'm just an
Larocchia.
Carla, it is so nice to have you on. Tell us a little bit about how you started what you do. Tell us about your dad. A little bit.
Sure. So my dad was an NYPD transit detective assigned to the major case squad, and he was killed when I was 20 days old in an armed robbery. So I never actually got to know my dad, but my mom did a great job in keeping him very present in our lives. And we were always very, very close with the NYPD, which is a true brotherhood. And so while I didn't know my dad, I always felt a very strong connection to him through the NYPD and through my mom.
Okay. So now, I can't ask you how old you are.
Well, yeah.
What do you
my dad was killed in 1976. I am now 44 years old.
All right. I just wanted to get a time frame, but then I said, I'm asking her age.
Not bad for 4 kids at 44, so I'm okay sharing my age.
No, Rick only has 2 kids, and look at the mess he is. And how old are you?
What?
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
How old would you say?
50. Yes, up. So, all right. So, call it 19. That's a long time ago, right?
Yes.
So when did you get involved with the police? I mean, I guess you always were invited to different events.
So yeah, well, actually, when my dad was killed, it was actually an off-duty robbery, and it wasn't originally deemed line of duty, even though he got the full inspector's funeral and what have you. My mom did not get any of the benefits, the pension, none of that. And then when I was 12 years old, the mastermind behind the crime appealed and won the right to an appeal trial. Went through the whole trial. And as we were going through the trial and they're going through the testimony, number one, they were following my dad for weeks before this happened and referred to him as a pig, knew he was a cop, always had the shield in his window. And then when the actual robbery took place, my dad, was firing with one gun. There was, 2 against 1. He went down, got his other gun from his ankle. And so he saved a lot of people in broad daylight by not, just shooting with 1, but shooting with 2 guns. And they realized this was an act of line of duty. So my dad's death was deemed line of duty when I was about 12 years old. And the honors rolled out, I would say slowly. It went on the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in D.C. It went on the wall in Albany. It went on a number of memorials, but it wasn't until October of 2017 that my father's name went on One Police Plaza, where all of the NYPD heroes go. And I'll never forget when we were there, we have name tags on, and someone pulled me over and said, are you Detective Caccavale's daughter? I said, yes. And he said, I have to thank you, because if it wasn't for your advocacy, he said, we wouldn't have opened up all these old cases. He said, of the 35 old cases that we opened up, my father plus 17 others were added to the memorial that October. And so,
and this is not, I don't know where important it is, but that also meant that did they get some retroactive line of duty, like, what I'm saying? Was there any?
I don't believe so. I know that we never received my mother never received the pension. But at that, my mom was so touched by the honors and just being included in the family. that she, for her, it was truly about the honor. And by the time it was recognized as line of duty, she was luckily back on her feet. She had some very difficult years when it first happened, and was a single mother at the time, 1976, 32 years old, stay-at-home mom who had to thrust herself back into working.
Right.
She had a 9.5-year-old, my brother, and I was 20 days old. I basically lived with my grandparents until I was 5. And so anyway, as I said, then finally we started catching up with all the honors, 2017, thanks to our family's advocacy, and most importantly, Detective Paul DiGiacomo, who is now president of the Detectives Endowment Association. He really fought hard for them reviewing this and was instrumental in that happening.
Wow.
So
what an interesting
involved
story.
with the NYPD. And then one of our greatest honors came in October of 2019, where they named an NYPD transit canine dog after my dad, Valley, which is short for Caccavale.
Right.
He graduated from the academy in October of 2019.
Did you go to the graduation?
I'm sorry?
Did you go to the graduation?
I did, absolutely. We went to the graduation, my children. I mean, it was just an incredible honor. We're very, very lucky. Officer Paul Rivera, who is the handler for Valley, he's the epitome of an officer and a gentleman. And he was the only officer that I know of prior to the graduation of about 18 dogs that actually came to meet us ahead of time, brought Valley to my son's baseball game. So we bonded with Paul, his wife Amanda. He had twin boys, and now there's actually a third boy in the mix. And so I created the sweatshirt that I'm wearing right now. It has Valley's name and it has Valley's name and shield number. It says Valley and it's K969.
See it?
And then it has the NYPD Transit Canine patch. And then on the arm it says in honor of Detective George Caccavale with the detective patch. And the other arm has the blue line flag that to our family is the, of course, memorial symbol. Now that my dad's gone, the other officers hold the line. So we created these only for our family, myself, my children, as well as Officer Rivera, his wife, his children, and a select number of NYPD officers, detectives, such as Paul DiGiacomo, who I mentioned, retired Transit Chief Joe Fox, who was also instrumental.
So that wasn't a fundraiser initially. It was just
so we created 13 sweatshirts, and I took pictures, of my kids wearing them, what have you, and everyone's like, we want one. And at the time, I was working full time, 4 kids. I said, well, I'm certainly not in the sweatshirt business. If I'm going to do this, I'll do it for charity. Right. So there was no website, no nothing. It was labor of love. I took handwritten orders and I delivered about 150 sweatshirts. Wow. We raised, basically it was like we added $10 to every sweatshirt in terms of the donation, but then our family personally matched it. And so we donated $3,000 to Detectives, Widows, and Children, and another portion to the Retired Police Canine Foundation. And we thought that was the end of it. Other people saw them, we want to get a sweatshirt. The whole pandemic hit. I thought this was the end of it. But long story short, there was an event that happened in November that caused these sweatshirts to really go viral. I mean, worldwide. It was covered in France, in Germany, here, you name it. And we wound up selling about 1,300 sweatshirts in less than a month.
Wow.
And
great.
We donated in December, we donated over $17,000 to, it was split, not evenly. We gave the majority to, again, the Detectives Endowment Association, Widows and Children's Fund, and then another portion to the Retired Police Canine Foundation.
All right, so here's what you have to do for me now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say hello to all the NYPD who are watching the show tonight, because I know you advertised it, and I know some of them have been looking for Rich, so that's one of the reasons we had him on the show. But thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us tonight. So Laughter Saves Lives will make a donation to both of those funds. Yeah. But you will stay on my ass call to make sure I do it, because I'm Stunad. You know what Stunad is, right? I forget things. I got to babysit my grandson. This happens, that happens. And Carla now. Yeah, you're going to say, John, did you write the checks yet? And I will do it. I will do it. I promise.
I just want to make one more point that we're actually not done yet. The orders are still coming in, so we closed off that donation. We are still selling more sweatshirts, and in our next round, we're actually partnering with Blue Lives Matters Canine, and they are amazing, and they actually help provide vests to dogs, canine dogs, bulletproof vest, tracking vest, depending on the need. And actually, the Detective Brian Simonson Foundation paid for a vest in honor of my father. That's going to be vested to a Suffolk County Sheriff's officer.
Did they put your father's name on the vest?
Yes, they're going to put a patch with my dad's name. And this is, I like to say heroes helping heroes, because Detective Brian Simonson was actually killed 23 months ago today in a robbery in Queens. And his widow, Leanne, has continued all of the amazing things that he stood for in creating a foundation that gives back. And so the fact that they reached out to us to donate a vest in my father's name was just, we were so touched by it. So now we're paying it forward, and we are going to be funding vests in the names of other officers.
I would love to have, you know how much the vest costs?
It depends on the vest. I was told the bulletproof vests are more. They're about $1,000. The tracking vest could be $500. But there is some amazing organizations like the Capital Canine Foundation. They help offset the costs. They have some amazing partners.
Maybe we could do a Laughter Saves Lives vest. Get the logo on it or the name. And
they would absolutely, Blue Lives Matters Canine would be absolutely happy to do something like that. Yes, and there are a lot of dogs that are in need of vests, and it's not something, it's not given as readily as a regular vest would be to police officers. So it's really important what they do.
Yeah, I know with the drugs and stuff. I teach some courses where we talk about fentanyl, and we do talk about the canines too. That you have to be careful to protect them, from these drugs. They breathe them in, and they're going to die if they breathe in a little bit of these drugs. Let's do this. Carla, do you want to? We have Jim Dalakis, very funny comic. I want you to hang out with him. Is there anything else you want to close with, Carla?
I just, I thank everyone for their support. And if you want to help some amazing police charities, the three that I mentioned are all phenomenal. And I think that the officers who go out and protect people they've yet to meet need our support more than ever. And as I've said, that I am not here to defend any of the bad cops. I'm here to honor the good ones. And I think it's really important that you look at the majority who do what they do every day and do it proudly and stand behind them.
Good points, Carla. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't go anywhere, because I want you to laugh a little more, since Rich and I weren't too funny tonight, right, Rich? We were okay. We were all right. But we're going to bring in Jim Dalakis, and then Butch is going to tell me whether we're going to run another commercial. There he is!
Hey.
One of our favorite comics, Carla. Jim has been missing now for about 6 months. He's somewhere in a cabin in Pennsylvania.
10 months. 10
months. You've been up there for 10 months?
Yes, sir.
Are you doing okay? Do you have enough food?
I'm doing all right.
I'll cry.
I'm doing all right.
Funny.
Oh, good. I'm fine.
How about if Rocky was up there with you in this cabin for all these weeks?
Well, I know Rocky will be really happy, because I don't have Mick telling me I gotta train for no fight or nothing. Ain't that right, Mick?
That's right, kid. But once this virus is gone, you're gonna be the fighter like a virus. You're gonna knock him out to tomorrow, Rock. No Fauci, Drago, Moderna, or whatever. Madonna or whoever she is gonna get through you, kid.
I appreciate that, Mick.
John, let me interrupt for 1 minute. I saw Jim the other day doing, and not political or anything, but he does Mitch McConnell.
Oh, yes, Mitch McConnell. I think I'm going to go forward on impeachment. Because I really didn't want to do this, but I think it's important to come out of my shell.
Thank you.
Who else does Mitch McConnell? Nobody.
His wife. Oh, actually, you probably not.
Give us. You know what? I love your impression. I mean, you're so funny. His act, Carla, is hysterical. And I'm hoping we get Rich on the show on the 13th. I haven't told him yet, because the money's not that great. So if I ask him,
that's tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's not tomorrow night. Next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, next month. you've one of my favorite comics. Your energy level is incredible on stage.
Stop.
But your imitations are really, really good. Who's one of your other favorites that you like to do?
I like to, when I do one of your shows, do an impression of you.
I know.
Let me hear it.
It's not good. It's not funny.
So, John, what do you want me to? How long do you want me to do? Oh, just do like about 10, 15 minutes like that, and I'll open the show. I'll open the show. I'll do 45 minutes to open.
Wow.
And then,
That's good.
That's not right. That's not right. Jim, you've done a lot of police shows, right?
I have firemen, police shows, and you guys. Hi, Carla. I am just so grateful. You are so giving. When I do shows for cops, when I do shows for firemen, there's something so giving about you guys, and it's just such a wonderful thing, especially when you're a comedian.
It's usually at the precinct. That's how he gets out of it.
Yeah. And
let it go.
the way you guys treat me when you've put me in the cell overnight is just, it's just.
Usually when the cop is out his window, he does his best work.
Yes.
You know what, Jim? We're gonna run our last commercial. Don't go anywhere. It's only.
I'll stay right here.
All right, let's go to commercial. We'll be back with Carla and Jim and Rich and everybody else. Maybe Butch will pop in again. Probably pop in again.
Jack, put your phone away. We're having dinner.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing? What can I get you?
You guys want appetizers?
For some reason, I just got a craving for smoked meat.
Will you order something already? The menu hasn't changed. You looked at it 3 times.
I don't know what I want yet.
I wanted chicken, but I think it's blackened, so I'll have a burger.
How'd you like that cooked?
Medium.
Do you have any specials? Specials? Boss, what are specials?
What's the matter? You don't know the specials?
Look at this smoke.
What smoke?
We gotta get these dumps clean.
Nah, they're fine.
You know what? We're just gonna take our order to go, okay?
In business since 2003, MCN Duct Cleaning is the result of many years of research and continuing education, realizing the need to provide a safer and cleaner environment for families on Long Island. MCN services both residential and commercial properties by cleaning dryer vents, fireplaces, HVAC systems, and so much more. This not only improves air quality, but it could also reduce your energy bills by making things run more efficiently. So, if you want to make your house or business safer and cut down on your bills in the process, give our friend Matt over at MCN a call now.
Is that steak well done?
Maybe call a little bit sooner than these guys did.
Yes, I love that commercial, the big close. I want to thank DEA Paul DiGiacomo. Am I pronouncing that right, Carla?
Yes, you are.
From what I understand, he's watching tonight. I don't think I have any outstanding tickets in the city, so that's good. Well, I don't think so. I grew up in Middle Village. My dad still lives there. Jim, and tomorrow, and for the next 2 Wednesdays, I am going to be at the Suffolk County Fire Academy, Jim Dalakis, sharing my hazmat knowledge with some of the Suffolk County hazmat teams. I'm teaching a few classes, so I'm looking forward to that. Getting out with my brothers and sisters.
You know what his big lesson is? Don't touch this. That's it.
But you build up to it, Rich. You talk about the dangers, and then they say, what are we going to do? Don't touch it.
This is disgusting.
And then does he put on balloon pants?
Fecal matter.
Does he put on balloon pants and goes from side to side and sing like MC Hammer when he says that? Is that part of his routine?
Oh no, balloon pants. Boy, I don't know if I've ever worn balloon pants. Carla, ever balloon pants?
You can't touch this.
No?
You can't touch this.
No?
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Butch wanted me to say that DEA Paul DiGiacomo was instrumental in getting the vaccines for the detectives. I also have to tell you something else. I was going to tell Lonnie. My dad, 86 years old, a veteran. He heard that they were getting vaccines for 75 and over seniors in the city. So he called me. Said, how am I going to do this? So I was calling around a few places from the New York City. I said, wait a second. Called our friends at St. Albans Veterans Hospital, where Jim has done shows, where Rich has done shows. And they said, John, we'll hook your dad up. So tomorrow I'm calling, and my dad's going to get the vaccine through St. Albans, which thank you very much. That's the way the vet should be treated. Who's getting the vaccine? One of your characters, Jim, one of your characters is afraid to get the vaccine, but he's got to do it. Who is that?
Which character would that be?
Who would that be? Would it be what's his name? Taxi?
Would Arnold be a real man getting a vaccine?
Of course, I would get the vaccine. Why would I not get the vaccine? It's important to get the vaccine. It is very easy to find a vein in this big arm because I've got cable wire for veins. The nurse, she would find it. I don't even think that it is necessary to have a vein. I think they just stick it in, just like that. They just put it in, and the needle would probably break. I
love that Jim does. Jim does a great. I don't know if it's politically correct anymore, but he does the 10 minutes in the Chinese takeout. It's the funniest. Take it to the.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, I grew up with
too much.
Oh, it's all right. I mean, it's actually true.
Can you do a condensed little 1 second version of it?
It's just that when I was I have Asian friends growing up in Australia. I had so many, and still have many Asian friends from Burma, from Singapore, from Flushing, and they. Whenever we'd go to a restaurant, I would always see how it was. The way they would talk would be like it's the economy of words. Like they say a little, but it means a lot, and I'd go. Oh, what would you like, sir? What would you like? What do you want from the special? And I'd say, I'll have the let's see, the chicken chow mein, the shrimp lo mein, the satay beef, the Peking duck. I'll have the wonton soup, also the spring roll, vegetable roll, egg roll, and the chicken almond cookie, the fortune cookie, and the tea. Okay, there's no problem. And that's it.
Can you just do the cook? Just do the cook if you can.
Which do I do? The
use the.
Oh yeah. When he'd go home, I say, "Oh, would you like me to take your order?" Because they're always so sweet, like as sweet as pie to you. And what would you like? Oh yeah, please sit down. Oh, you would like the fried fish with the rice? Okay, no problem. I just take the order for you. Holy crap, don't hurt him. I'll come back tomorrow. I'm not that hungry. No, it's okay. He's my son.
I didn't do that. What you do with the fart?
I don't think I can do that actually.
Why?
With the way a Chinese fart.
Oh, there's a sweet and sour fat. There's a sweet and sour fat with a hint of broccoli. Get the lights off for his asshole.
He did it.
Oh God!
I did it.
So funny, so funny. So yeah, I'd love to have you on the show on the 13th. We're going to raise some money, I think, for general needs. And Carla's going to hook me up with the with some of the police funds, and I'd love to do an online show for them. We'll click on, pay a few bucks. We'll raise a few bucks. We'll pay Jim a few dollars. Comics, you know, the comics have been out of. Oh, there's Butch for a change. The comics have been out of work.
He said 9:15.
9:15.
I know, but listen, I just wanted to pop in a very, very. You thanked him already, but a very special thank you goes out to the Detectives Endowment Association. They shared it tonight, and we've got over, I'm looking, 8,000 viewers tonight. So there's a lot of cops out there. So NYPD, we love you.
Laughter Saves Lives loves our police, loves our fire, military, and
EMS, and our healthcare workers.
And our healthcare workers. You know, everybody, all of a sudden, healthcare workers are heroes. They've always been heroes, but all of a sudden, and we included them now in our mission statement. Jim, do you want to close with anything, a quick something? We have a minute.
That's it.
That's all you got?
Well, just stay safe, wear a mask, and we'll get through all this.
Who wants an impression? Who do you?
Oh, you want to?
No, that's okay. That's okay. I want you.
Thanks for your words of encouragement.
Yes.
Yes, I
We
couldn't
could have
help
turned
myself.
on News 12 for that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right, listen. All right, now you listen to me. I have a particular set of skills dealing with people like you, people who don't wear a mask, people who cough on others. Now, I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, I will find you. I will get the Moderna vaccine, and I will put a mask on you. Do you understand me? There you go. How about that?
There it is, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. Very good.
Lonnie from General Leads. Thank you for coming on. Carla, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
We want you back again, and we're going to be talking, Carla. Jim, thank you for coming out of your wherever you are to join us. Rich Walker, always a pleasure. Butch, thank you for putting the show together. You did a great job.
Thank you, Butch.
Thank you.
We will see you next week, people. Wear your masks.
Wear your masks.
Please. Good night, everybody. Love you.
I haven't had a cold all year, and I wonder why.
Take care, guys.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. He's chasing the deer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball, play